YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and I'm going to take the time to address one Thunderdome Boxing, one Shady Slim, and I'm also going to take the time to address one Chris McCabe, and I'm also going to address one Terrence Talbot, okay? First of all, Chris and Terrence, okay? People asked him, hey, what kind of coach is Coach Shelton Harrison? And, Chris McCabe said, well, I think he's a basketball coach. Coach did fight a couple of years in the amateurs. And Terrence Talbot said, well, he's a school coach or something like that, but he's a black tar. Now, and Chris McCabe said he's for the blacks. So let me go ahead and address those two real quick, okay? You know what? Yeah, Chris McCabe, you got it half right. I did fight. I fought for 10 years, okay? But no, I'm not a basketball coach. Never coached the sport. Don't even know how to play, okay? Terrence Talbot, I'm not some school coach. I'm not some fat ass with a whistle, okay? Not me, okay? I'm actually a private coach. I'm a private strength and conditioning coach. I'm a private nutritionist, and I'm also a private track and field coach, okay? I'm private. Private means you make money, okay? Now, I make enough money, okay? And it's not like I'm not making millions off of it, but I have enough people to where, I can actually have a good supplemental income every month, okay? So that's what I do. And I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been dominating the game of strength and conditioning for about 20 years. I've been dominating the game of track and field in my area for 20 years, okay? I work with mostly high school age athletes, and these athletes, they all sign full letter of intent after they've done through my 4-year program. Heck, some people don't even need 4 years in my program. Some people get 1 year, some people get 2 year. But the common integral here, the common constant is that everybody signs a full college scholarship letter of intent. And for those of y'all, if you're American Thunderdome, I guess if you've been to college or if you're still in college, you look like you're still in college. You know that getting college paid for in America is a big thing. Okay, so nobody's going to disagree with that. Um, but yeah, that's what I do, okay? And I do it on the highest level. I've traveled all over the world coaching athletes in track and field. Some of my athletes who I train year in and year out, they qualify for world teams, okay? I've been a coach on world teams, okay? I've been a coach 2 times on a world team. I'm not talking about a state level or a national level, guys. I'm talking about in the world. So I've trained athletes on a world level. I strength and conditioning athletes on down from gymnasts, golfers, boxers, MMA fighters. I strength and conditioning tennis players, volleyball players, football players, basketball. I strength and condition every single athletic discipline on God's green earth, okay? So with that being said, you want to know my credibility as, I guess, talking boxing, you guys? Okay, not Terrence and Chris. Okay, Terrence and Chris didn't say anything about my credibility, but some of the other people responding to them did say that. So my credibility is I fought for 10 years. I used track and field to help me with my footwork in boxing. But later I began to realize that I had a more passion for track and field than I did boxing. However, I still love boxing. Okay, I like boxing, but I was more passionate about track and field. Okay, I was a bit more passionate, and I'm passionate about them both, but I just had more passion when it came to track and field. So there's my story. Did it in 3 minutes. Okay, now with this, I'm going to address the first point that Thunderdome said. He said that if Gennady Golovkin went down to fight Canelo Alvarez, the fluid around his brain would definitely decrease, the fluid in his head, because you have to weight drain down, and that means that the fluid is going to leave the head and make him more susceptible to a knockout. Okay, I'm not going to disagree with Thunderdome on that point. Okay, I'm not going to disagree at all, but I'm not going to say that that's the primary factor that a person who weight drains get knocked out. Let me educate y'all from a nutritional and a weight training standpoint. Okay, when a person loses weight, okay, the body wants to burn fat. Your body always wants to burn fat first. Okay, your body will do so. Your body can store fat, but your body also burns fat. We all burn fat day in and day out. No matter what you do, at the times you're not eating and your body's not digesting food, your body's burning fat. When you start feeling hungry or you get a headache, because you hadn't eaten, the headache is from the body burning fat, okay? And you need to immediately go get some water to flush out the toxins, okay? See, whenever your body burns fat, it produces a toxin that your filtration system in the kidneys, it flushes out. So your body don't have a problem burning fat. Don't have a problem at all. Your body actually likes that because your body will flush the toxins out with a bunch of water if you drink it. That's not a problem. You see, the fluid around the brain is not the big deal, Thunderdome. What the big deal is when the body has burned so much fat, that it can't burn any more fat, the problem with weight draining is the body begins to burn muscle. And when you look at these athletes, these fighters that don't have a lot of body fat, they got a lot of muscles, then you better be worried because the body is draining, is burning fat. It's burning muscle. And when your body burns muscle tissue, it's a dangerous thing. It's very dangerous because what happens is your body creates a state of acidosis, okay? And when your body's in acidosis, the kidneys, the blood becomes thicker, and the kidneys can't do the filtration job fast enough. Because when your body can't really break muscle down, your body pulls the fibers out, and it takes the protein out of it because your body needs to actually nourish itself. So it uses your own muscles to do so. The fiber is almost like a waste. It's a microscopic waste, and it floats around in the bloodstream. But the kidneys have to get rid of that. It can't stay in the bloodstream because it'll clog up the system, and you can die. So what happens is your own kidneys will filter these fibers out through the bloodstream, and it'll come out in your urine stream. But the problem with that is, though, is that it puts your body in a state of acidosis. See, your body can't filter out the other impurities that's needed because your body is working on getting these fibers, these muscle fibers, out of your blood. Okay? So that's why you look on the scale and you say, hey, that fighter looks like a dead man. Yeah, he is dead. Literally, he is dying, okay? Because, see, if you stop eating for a period of time, your body has burnt off all the fat that it can burn off. Your body has burnt off all the muscle that it can possibly burn. And when your body's in a constant state of acidosis, then what happens? Eventually, you'll die. This can kill you. See, your blood becomes so thick that these fighters, they can't get oxygen to all the systems of the body. You see, the muscle fibers, they stay in the bloodstream. And see, your kidneys can't even filter them out the first time. They got to go back through the process, and then your kidneys will finally get them out of your system. That's what happens. So you see a lot of these fighters on the scale, they look drained, they look dead. Yeah, they are. They're dying, okay? And that's why they don't have the energy to really get the stuff done. That's why, that some fighters, you look at their training camps, and they're running all these miles, they're going nonstop, but then they get in the ring, they can't do it. It's because their kidneys are so overtaxed that these kidneys cannot expel this waste in a timely fashion. So your blood is much more dense and viscous. With that being said, the blood can't flow smoothly through the body, and guess what? These fighters are a lot tired. These fighters are more susceptible. You see, when you don't have the stamina or the energy, you're also susceptible to a knockout. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care what you made out of. If your body don't have stamina, you're going to get knocked out. You can be a big person. I've seen completely small people knock out, people 80 pounds heavier than them because they didn't have the stamina. I've seen big people that can't knock out little people because they got the stamina, their body is fit, and their kidneys are working at optimal levels. The most important thing when a fighter is training is the kidneys. Keeping the kidneys, keeping muscle mass, the muscle mass to fat ratio, that's the most important thing. And if that ratio ever comes skewed, where you have one, you can have more fat than muscle, and your body will gladly take the fat over burning muscle. But when you have more muscle mass than you do fat, and you're trying to lose weight with muscle mass, you're already pretty tight, chances are you're going to be weight drained on that scale. So I addressed that. And see, Canelo Alvarez, he's been able to do it for so long because what it is that he's become a master at building so much muscle mass early on in his training camp. Look at Canelo. He's always got packs and packs of muscle on. But then what he'll do is he'll drain down, and his body don't have to burn off as much muscle mass, say, as Triple G would have to. Canelo manages to keep a lot of his muscle mass intact. I mean, you ever look at him, he still looks fairly muscular on the scales. The problem is, though, see, when Canelo gas out, it's not because of his fitness level. And a lot of people think that Canelo need more fitness. Canelo does a lot of fitness in his training camps. He does a lot, okay? The thing of it is that he can't maintain the pace is because he's got muscle fibers in his kidneys. It's in his system, and the blood is trying to clean that crap out. And the muscle fibers, guys, they don't leave the system immediately. It takes a while for your kidneys to get rid of that. So that's why these fighters look so drained, and they are dying, okay? Now I'm going to address the other point that Shady and Thunderdome talked about. What they said that, well, it's a lower risk but a high reward to fight Floyd Mayweather. But it's a high risk and low reward to fight Canelo. Well, I'm talking from a boxing fan. See, I don't really get much into the monetary value, but let's talk about it since you guys brought it up. Triple G, he did 97 pay-per-view buys in his last fight. Canelo Alvarez did 990,000 with, Miguel Cotto, okay? Canelo Alvarez fought Angulo. They did about 375 to 400,000 pay-per-view buys, okay? Angulo is a no-name. Angulo is a household, he's a no-name. Nobody knows who Angulo is. Nobody knows who he is, okay? Canelo Alvarez did 350,000 pay-per-view buys to fight Erislandy Lara. That, to me, was a success. Nobody knows Lara. Lara is not a household name. We know Lara. But now we also know that Triple G is not a household name. And I can tell y'all why. If I ask random people, and I've done this before, do you know who Triple G is? They say no. Okay, now I asked random people. I even asked kids at my school. I asked these kids. I said, okay, who is Triple G? They don't know. Okay, and I can't put them on film or camera because I can't do it because it violates the video rights that I can't put these kids on. They don't know who Triple G is. If I say, hey, who is Manny Pacquiao? They know Manny Pacquiao. They know Floyd Mayweather. And a lot of my children, they know who Canelo Alvarez is. They know who he is. None of these kids, they don't know who Triple G is. Is one Asian girl. She's from the Kakistan area. She know him. That's it, just one. He's only known to people from Kakistan and people who follow boxing. That's it. Okay? So to say that, Triple G is this big star and Canelo, I don't know, y'all. Shady, Canelo does have an endorsement. He does have an endorsement. He's endorsed by Under Armour. You don't see all those CAs on his chest. Under Armour paid Canelo quite well to wear that stuff. Canelo ain't make that up. He don't wear Under Armour because he like Under Armour. He wearing Under Armour because they pay him. They pay him handsomely. So Canelo, Under Armour is a big company. It ain't as big as Apple. Ain't as big as an Apple phone. But I can tell you Under Armour's big. I know every athlete, you looking at videos, you see an Under Armour logo. So I'm going to put that out there. Canelo got an endorser. But, my thing as a boxing fan, I'm still like, listen, okay, so Triple G ass won't get knocked out against Floyd. But you still do it for one, and you won't do it for the other. And I'm not talking about financial reasons. I'm not talking about the financial game. We're not talking about pay-per-view buys. Because if you want to argue pay-per-view buys, then Triple G ain't bringing nothing to the table. Hell, Canelo bringing it to the table. Canelo bringing 300 to 400,000 pay-per-view buys to the table. Canelo bringing that off top, off gate. Okay? Canelo can go sell out anywhere. You put Canelo in the MGM Grand, he'll do well. You put Canelo in the Barclays Center, he'll do well. You put Canelo down in Houston, Texas, where they fight in Texas, he'll do well. See, people know Canelo. They know who Canelo Alvarez is. They don't know who Triple G is. Okay? They would probably wonder, who the hell is this guy selling this Apple phone? The casual fan probably was saying that. Who is this guy selling an Apple phone? Look, man. Y'all want to talk about numbers? The numbers don't lie. 97,000 pay-per-view buys don't lie. Canelo is a star, and he's a bigger star after beating Miguel Cotto. I venture to say that Canelo Alvarez could probably, off gate, push about 450,000 pay-per-view buys off gate with any opponent. Okay, Canelo is a star. You ain't going to get Floyd Mayweather. We got to get that out your head. So what's the closest thing? Oh, Canelo. He fights at 155, you go down, you beat Canelo, and now you become a bigger star than what you was. Now everybody, casual, Hispanic fan, they know who you are because you beat their hero. And I don't think people get this. I don't think Triple G is not a bigger star than Canelo. And I don't think Thunderdome said that. But Triple G is not a bigger star than Canelo. Some of you other people, it's not. Okay, you can't sit here and tell me that a 97,000 pay-per-view by day and Gennady is this international star? Oh, hell no. Canelo is. Canelo is. I go anywhere. People know. Oh, even people, black people know Canelo. Oh, they say, oh, that red-headed bastard. That's what they say about Canelo. It'd be funny, man. I'd be laughing too. But, that's what they say. So you got to explain this. You can't tell me that Canelo can go down and fight Floyd for a lower risk because it's not happening. And Floyd didn't fight him. And now also I got to address Andre Ward. I've heard half and half. I heard that Andre Ward was just goofing around. I heard that Andre Ward wasn't serious. In fact, Andre Ward, he could never make 160 pounds. He would have to come in heavy. Andre Ward, if he said they agreed to 160, Andre Ward would be paying Floyd on the scales. He couldn't make it. He would actually just understand, well, I'm going to come in heavy at about 165 because I ain't going to make 168. Hell, he barely made 168. So that's just ludicrous. People, I can't co-sign that. You guys made some valid points. Gennady is, got that Apple deal. He's got a lot of things, but I cannot co-sign the fact that, okay, Floyd's a bigger name, so that's the reason. No, Canelo is Floyd is over. He need to get in the ring with Canelo, whoop Canelo ass, and then say, oh, I'm the man now. That's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.